Back with a bang. Back in business. How's everyone doing? I hope you haven't missed me. The 4 subscribers I do have. I hope that you understand I have been a busy fool mostly. It's nice to be back. I wanted to wait until I had all this set up, new lights, new visuals, new bits and bobs. And the office spun around and all organised and a bit fresh for me, and a bit of motivation, new motivation, as I've been lacking in motivation, inspiration, or bloody enthusiasm. The whole trading, enthusiasm has been at an all-time low. It's nice to be back though, and I intend on being a little bit more. Well, I intend on being a lot more consistent, and just jumping on here and being more about finance, trading, forex, chart work, crypto, investments, financial education type stuff. The road to 1 million literally is on the back burner at the minute. My trading is nowhere near consistent enough to be pushing myself, putting that type of pressure on myself to reach a target that's unattainable, especially with the lack of motivation, my mindset, the lack of belief in myself within the trading industry. I guess I think it's been a little bit more. It's been a lot more difficult than it has been. The last 3 years that have been profitable for me over the 8 years. It took me 5 years of banging my head against the wall before I started to see any sort of real momentum and profit from the markets, and then it seemed to go oh so well for a period of time that it just felt like it was never going to go away or be difficult again. It just felt like it would always flow and be easy, which hasn't really been the case. The last 3 months of last year, you've heard me go on about it before, but the last 3 months of last year was difficult for me, really hard work. October is normally my best month, and I think it was one of the worst months that I've had in 3 years. And then obviously the beginning of this year, the first 3 months of this year was difficult for me as well, and I haven't had much success since either. I have had a little bit more consistency, some more I suppose profitability, but still no funding. The road to 1 million just reached zero funding. I've lost two £200,000, two £100,000 accounts, and a £200,000 account, so £400,000 worth of challenges that I've just not been able to pass. Not to a lack of discipline, but to a lack of opportunity, and just poor circumstances and poor trade choices. The trades that I've chosen have been not the ones. I was feeling a little bit of lack of disbelief and a little bit of lack of belief in myself and the charts themselves. So the weekend, Saturday, I came in, and this morning I've came in and just gone over the opportunities were there last week, and there was around about 20 opportunities over 11 pairs. I don't trade all those 11 pairs, but I do watch most of these pairs on a daily basis, and I mark them up and I predict and whatever else. But yeah, there was, say, 20 opportunities. 15 to 16 of those would have been winners. I took two trades last week because of FOMC on the Wednesday. The two trades that I chose were the losers. So that's just the way it's been. It seems to have been this year. Now, I don't know if it's due to the lack of belief, the lack of belief mindset. It's a mindset game, isn't it? Like, you can be doing oh so well for such a long period of time, and then you have 6 months of taking steps backwards. You do start to not believe in yourself, I guess. But I haven't stopped trading. I've been trading and watching the charts most days. I've been a little bit less enthusiastic of jumping in trades, especially with red calendar news, as the market seemed to be a little bit more uncertain. Look at these. There's lots of big moves, but look, this is a news move. Look, this is what, 160 pips in 2 hours. That's a news move. That's a news move. Look at this. It's using the news to move. It's 170 pips in an hour. This is through the Asian range, which has been a common theme for me this year in the pairs and some of the pairs that I've been trying to trade. I've been entering trades within the London or the US session and then closing down with a small loss or a scratch, for then price to then continue moving in the Asian session. 50 pips in the Asian session. This is in the Asian session. Look. So that 100 pips in the Asian session, and then 100 pips in the London session, which again is news driven. So yeah, the markets have just not been playing ball with me. I don't know how everybody else feels, but it is the way it is, and we have to accept that it's not always going to work. The methods, the strategies that we trade. And it's about adapting to the markets. We know sometimes the average daily range is when there's high volatility or liquidity, when people are in the markets, you can see that the ADR increases. So there's more of a chance of pulling off your 2-to-1 trades, your 3-to-1 trades. When there's really low volume, when we're waiting for big news events, the volume dries up. You can see that the ADR gets lower, which means you're going to struggle with your 2-to-1 trades. Now, for me, 2-to-1 trade was a daily thing that I'd be looking for. It would always be a 2-to-1. Sometimes it would run on to be a 4 or 5-to-1, but at the minute, when the markets have been this choppy price action sort of behaviour, I haven't really been able to squeeze out the profit I would like to have squeezed out within that opportunity until the news comes along and then shifts the market in that direction in 150 pips. But I'm not in the markets when the red news comes, so it is what it is, unfortunately. The main thing is that we just keep on going, keep it moving, keep looking for opportunities, keep looking, reaffirming that the opportunities and the strategy is still working and the trades are there and they're actually playing out. So yeah, that's it for me, and doing this a little bit more now going forward. I'm going to be looking at the markets for the previous week, maybe having a look and forecasting where price could potentially go. But as it's a Monday, I should always sit out the market first thing in London in Monday morning, because we say that the false move week beginning is being set. We're seeing some sort of trapping action, or we could be seeing a continuation of the previous price. But for me, Monday mornings are never clear. It sometimes sets the precedent for the market, the market structure that we could be looking for. So US session, I'll come back around about this time, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I'll get a little bit of a feel for if there's anything I'm looking for within the markets, or there's anything that catches my attention. Potentially, if there was a trade on Monday afternoon, I would take it. I've sat out of that many opportunities that have set up on a Monday morning, because it's Monday morning and I think it's false week move beginning that then move on to play out. It can be quite annoying, and again, it has an effect on the mindset. But the way it should work is, and it has worked for me before, is I will take an opportunity as if it arises and it matches the criteria, and that's the way I used to trade. And now, because my mindset has been knocked and I've not been winning as much as I should have been, or I've missed opportunities, or I've left profit on the table, that you question the strategy then, or you try and find more confirmation bias than is needed than you would normally take, and you talk yourself out of a trade that then goes on to be a winner, which that shouldn't be affected. The only time that you can it's accepting the outcome, whether you're right or wrong. If you have the belief in your system and your strategy, and you're not over leveraged, your risk tolerance is at where it should be, you'd 0.5%, 0.3%, whatever it is that's yours, 1% if your strike rate is high enough. But once you have the belief in your strategy and you are not over leveraged, not risking, you can place a trade, and every trade that sets up. And that's how I've progressed over the last 3 years, and then these last 3 to 4 months has been a little bit different. So it's trying to get myself mentally back in the space to be able to do that, and to believe in my strategy, and to believe in myself and keep it moving. But yeah, I am going to create more content, add more value. It's not specifically the road to 1 million. I'm going to continue doing challenges, maybe ramp them up after the summer, because the summer sometimes slows down for me and my strategy anyway. But yeah, we'll see where it goes with that. But so today, what are we looking at today? Just looking at the previous week, I've been marking up a few opportunities that have risen last week that I never got the opportunity to trade. This being one, look, but I wouldn't have traded it because it was Wednesday afternoon and it was FOMC. So I sat out of this trade. The trap and break, the close back below, that was my entry. Stop loss would have been 20. Take profit would have been 40 pips, which would have been at the 0-0 figure. However, I didn't take that trade as it was Wednesday and FOMC was on the evening, and liquidity can dry up and the volume tends to cause lack of volume tends to cause price to chop sideways. EC, what are we looking for this week? I'm looking for, if I look at this EJ chart, the Euro Japanese yen, I'm looking for shorts or potentially. However, look at the support or resistance here. Look how many times this area here, price came down back in on the 4th, not last week, the week before, and then price came back down to trap below, trapping this 0-0 figure before continuing higher. But look at these three wicks to this to this previous day's low, which is quite interesting, which says to me there is a big block of volume trapped here within this. Where is it? Why won't that work? There's a lot of volume trapped there. So whether price can reverse off here and continue lower, don't know. I do like it still short on the 4 hour. However, a 4 hour harmonic, a bullish butterfly fired here, which would entail a pullback for me. But the 1350's crossed down to the downside, so I'm looking for a continuation short. I'm looking for this 50 to cross the 200 and then to see some lower price movement. This would be a next price. This would be a nice target for some sells if a sell pulls off later on. So yeah, that's one of the pairs that I'm watching this afternoon. EC, I'm looking again. There's a couple of opportunities that played out last week. One in that was Wednesday. I didn't see the Wednesday. One on Thursday for some reason I never took, but that was a nice trade. Yeah, I'm not really looking at any of these pairs this week for any opportunities. EF looks to me, it looks really oversold. Look at this on the 4 hour. There's lots of bearish momentum. Yeah, I'm liking the look of this daily candle. You can't really see it because the red lines are in the way, but yeah, didn't quite get to this 0-0, the 095,000 figure, but price is reversing hard. So I'll be keeping an eye out on this to see what is going on. We're seeing lots of the TDR. We're seeing extremes. Look, the dark green dotted line and the red and the light green dotted line. That's extremes oversold. GU, nothing of anything exciting. GJ again looking for shorts. I like the way that prices pull back. I predicted this morning, having a look. Thought the price might pull back to this 50. Or we might see price at this 0-0 figure, the 200. There's a couple of opportunities last week. Again, one in Wednesday that was never taken. Yeah. GC looking for some sort of pullback into this area or above. Potentially somewhere in there. Before seeing some sort of rollover again on the 4 hour. Looking at this 1350 cross. Looking at this big level 3 peak formation type behaviour before the price rolled over. So yeah, I'm looking for a nice pullback here somewhere within this area, even maybe back up to the 0-0, and then looking for something, a pattern to play out to give me an entry. Nothing interesting in those. GF again oversold, back in these extreme lows. So keeping an eye on this. There was a nice opportunity last week. That was Wednesday again. I did like this trade, however I didn't enter it. Yeah, don't watch these pairs. I've got these pairs open because I believe in, if I'm going to trade the pound Canadian dollar, I need to have a look at what the US Canadian dollar is doing. I keep a lot of these pairs open just to watch. The pound and the euro is obviously a good indicator to whether the volumes in if the euro is being sold off, I can have a look for opportunities within the euro or strength within the pound. And then the other pairs that I'm watching and I keep an eye on is gold. Obviously there's a lot of uncertainty in the world at the minute, so keeping an eye on the gold for me, it's at all-time highs. Is interesting as the dollar is also getting stronger. And if you look at the US, this is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is continuing to climb. The S&P 500 is massively overbought. It's been on the rise for a long time now. There's some great companies within the S&P 500, but there's one company that's propping this up, and it's Nvidia. If you look at the Nvidia chart, look at this beauty. So back here in September 22, August, September 22, we had this small consolidation period, and then in January 23, it sort of broke out of that consolidation period, and it got this trickle. Each one of these candles as well is a weekly candle. Each candle represents 1 week, and yeah, we broke out of this consolidation, this tight consolidated area, and then price can seem to just trickle a little bit higher until May, and then we see that real bullish candle push price out. We've seen a small amount of consolidation again over what? How many weeks is that? It's 20 June to Jan, so like 6 months there of again consolidation, and then since January 2024, all we've seen is bullish momentum, very bullish behaviour. One slight pullback candle, but this Nvidia stocks have completely propping up the S&P 500, which means to me, if we look at the S&P 500, if Nvidia starts to slow down or goes into another consolidation period, we could really see a big sell-off within the US 500, which would be beneficial. We could see a lot more bullish momentum within the gold, also within the cryptos. Obviously interest rates will be closely related to that as well. But yeah, we shall see. Interesting times ahead. I'm trying to keep an eye on the crypto markets, as we have not long seen the Bitcoin halving. So that, to me, that's where we're looking. So we're at all-time high still. We're back. What are we above at the minute? We're above 65,600. So yeah, we are looking for altcoin season. Well, I am. I'm looking forward to it. Hence why I'm watching XRP. I like to watch the charts. In a bit of bullish momentum today, and the last 2 4-hour candles have given us a little bit of a push. So I like that little bit of bullish momentum there. However, the crypto market doesn't move in the same way as the forex market. We are on the daily. The EMAs are pointed down. I would like to see some bullish momentum, a good push out of here. To give us some more confirmation of a continuation higher. Looking at the harmonics for the week ahead, nothing of any interest on any of the pairs over here. The dollar index, we're up at these highs. There's not a lot really going on. Looking for, there could be a little bit of bearish momentum there. Looking at this previous, nothing wants to work on the one click. We've come up to trap through this previous high here. There's another one here, and then again up here. We are looking overbought nearly. Some extremes up here, not quite reached those yet. Whether it will before rolling over, it could come back up to this previous high. But yeah, nothing too exciting within the harmonics that I'm watching. Where are you? There you are. And yeah, so Nvidia, talking about Tesla stocks earlier with one of the lads, looking at the previous price. Could be a lot of bullish momentum coming into Tesla in the next couple of months, maybe the rest of this year. Turbo, one of the meme coins that we are currently tracking and tracing, retrace back to 304, which is an interesting buying point, which I may do some rejigging later and have a little look at. But yeah, in the what are we looking at in the crypto bubbles for today? Oh, not a lot going on, to be honest. Market cap. Why are we looking in those? Why aren't we looking at the top 100? What are we looking at for today? Oh, XRP's up 2.1%. That's interesting, having a look at the bullish momentum in that chart. Just nothing else is TRX. Nothing else is looking of any Casper. Nice. Interesting. Looking at the Bitcoin dominance as well today. He's looking at the 54.1%. 54% of the crypto market is dominated by Bitcoin. And where is... I did have... maybe I never... did have the fear and greed calculator up, but that seems to have disappeared. Oh, there it is. So where are we today? Market cap is just under 2 trillion. Volume 47 billion in the last 24 hours. Up 32%. Bitcoin dominance 51%. Dropped slightly today. Let's refresh. Yeah, 51 points to 52%. And we are in greed. Market sentiment is greed. So that means people are buying. Obviously the volume within the last 24 hours is a good indicator. It's up 48%. We are at the beginning of what we call the bull market. With the Bitcoin halving, we are expecting prices to move higher. It will be interesting to see when altcoin season becomes a thing. Normally Bitcoin will consolidate and the altcoins will get some traction. I would like to see Bitcoin push higher though before its consolidation, before altcoin season, to bring more, to increase the market cap and to give us more a potential bigger rise and move within the altcoins. But yeah, it should be interesting, the crypto market. I'm quite interested in I'm giving people quite a bit of information with regards to investing in the crypto market, and there's a lot of skepticism and uncertainty. However, people are still investing in their pensions, their SIPs and everything else, where now we have the ETF and you have Bitcoin and Ethereum with an ETF. These companies, Fidelity, BlackRock, MicroStrategy, they're all heavily invested in cryptocurrencies now, and a portion of, say, 10% of their investable assets will be in cryptocurrency, and Fidelity holds a large portion of most people's pensions. So if you're investing in a pension through a company like Vanguard or Aviva or someone, they are now going to be, through Fidelity, investing in ETFs. Your pension is going to be, a portion of it will be correlated to the Bitcoin market, or the crypto market in general. So diversifying yourself is not a bad opportunity. It would be recommended by myself, finding some safe plays, some utility coins, potentially the ones with the ETFs. It's going to give you more of a return than your average pension or your average investment would. So yeah, I hope everybody's had a great weekend. Father's Day yesterday. Hope everyone's feeling refreshed and ready for the week ahead. Those that are trading, be interested to hear any thoughts on the markets this week. Nothing really clear enough for me to say other than the euro Japanese yen and the pound Japanese yen. I'm looking for these opportunities. However, that is not always, it's not going to be a given. The 4-hour chart is reading to me. The daily is still very bullish, but I'm looking for a 4-hour reversal and a 1-hour reversal and some short plays within there. And obviously with the the Swiss franc, the pound and the euro being very oversold, I'll be looking for some buying opportunities later in the week. However, that's all I've got for today. It's good to be back. I hope you're enjoying the new setup, and the visuals are much more appeasing on the eye. I'm hoping to improve on the audio. I'll be interested to see what this sounds like when listening back through YouTube. It wasn't the best pleased with it last time, but that was a while ago, so I'll be interested to see. But yeah, great to be back. I will keep everybody updated. I'll be more consistent. I'm going to try and do a couple of these a week, just where I even come on live and just go through my market breakdown and what I'm looking for, just for my own purpose and something to look back on in the future. But hope you all have a wicked week. Peace out.